Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you a very important point that most migrants especially do not pay attention when working here in the UK. Do you know there's a maximum working hours you can work here in the UK? This does not concern only those on a pre-settlement visa. It affects everyone working here in the UK, be adults or those below 18. If you care to know more about the maximum working hours that is allowed here in the UK and the consequence of working beyond the maximum working hours in a week, you need to stick with me to the end of this video, as I'll be sharing with you some very important information that will guide you towards your stay here in the UK. Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. As you all know, my name is Victor. In this channel, I give latest UK immigration updates that will benefit migrants living here in the UK. I give updates about ways you can study abroad and ways you can migrate through the skilled workers migration route. So if this content looks exciting to you, looks like something that interests you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can join the amazing evergreen family. And for my returning subscribers, thank you very much for always coming back to watch my video. You guys are the most MVP of this channel. So guys, let's get straight into today's video. The UK has a maximum working hours you can do in a week. This does not affect only those on a pre-settlement visa. Even if you are here as a British citizen, you have a maximum working hours you can do in a week. If you want to do above that working hours, you must opt out of that working limit. Not doing so, you will be breaking the law. While breaking the law in this regard will affect those on a pre-settlement visa, because at the end of your 5 years, those who are looking forward for the indefinite leave to remain after 5 years, this might be a criteria that will make your application not to be successful, right? So as an adult here in the UK, right, working in any company at all, you are not expected to work more than 48 hours in a week. This 48 hours is not just restricted to those in care, those on a pre-settlement visa, right? It affects every adult living here in the UK. Though there are exceptions to some discipline that this 48 hours rule do not affect, which I'll be talking later in this video, right? So if you are working in any organization here in the UK, most especially those on a pre-settlement visa, right? Care workers especially, because we are used to picking more shift, right, without paying attention to this strict regulation, right? So if you are working above 48 hours in a week without opting out of that regulation, you are breaking the law, and this will come to haunt you at the point of making your indefinite leave to remain application. So what do you need to do if you want to be working above 48 hours in a week, right? You need to meet your organization, right? Write to them formally. You need to sign a new contract document different from your employment contract, opting out for the 48 hours limit. Doing that will cover you. You've informed the authority that you are willing to work above 48 hours in a week, right? Do not opt out from that process. You and your organization might run into trouble. I know some organizations do not pay attention to some of these things, while the penalty for organization who goes against some of this regulation will not be too grievous, right? It will just be some sort of fine and all that. But you on a pre-settlement visa, this will be part of the requirements that will be used to judge your application towards giving decision when you're applying for indefinite leave to remain. Remember, if you're applying for indefinite leave to remain, you'll be asked to provide 2 years wage slip, which is your pay slip for 2 years, right? And you know, with a click of a button, His Majesty Revenue Collection can get all your employment, all your pay record. So how will you feel? By the time you're submitting your pay slip, you find out in a week you are doing more than 48 hours, you're doing 56 hours, you're doing 60 hours, 17 hours in a week, without first opting out from that regulation. That will be a big issue at the point of applying for ILR, right? Though for minor, those not minor, young adults within 18, below 18, 17, 18, they are not supposed to work more than 8 hours in a day and maximum 40 hours in a week. There's no exemption, opt-out for them to be able to do more than 40 hours per week. The maximum is 40 hours and you cannot do above 40 hours. There's no opting out or opting in for you to be able to do more than 40 hours in a week for those within 18 and 17. Maximum it's 8 hours in a day. Maximum it's 40 hours in a week. While for adults in different disciplines, you're not supposed to do more than 48 hours in a week, but you have the option of opting out. But you must write to your organization and get a formal contract document signed to that effect, right? So the exemption to this rule, there are some disciplines that are exempted for this rule. Those in security force, intelligence, those into surveillance, and some other discipline, maritime and the likes. People who work offshore that have cause to stay in the ship, or they are working away from the dry land, right? Those persons are exempted. So there are lists of occupation that are exempted from this regulation. So if you are a migrant working here in the UK on a pre-settlement visa, this is very key. If you are working more than 48 hours in a week, right, without opting out, you are going against the regulation. And at the point of making your indefinite leave to remain application, you'll be asked to provide 2 years wage slip, right? So with that, the decision-making body will be able to go through the wage slip you submitted, and you'll see all the hours you've been working within your organization. And if they write to your organization to request any formal contract document to that effect, right, opting out from it, if nothing of such can be provided, that will be an issue at the point of making your indefinite leave to remain application. I've seen person who is having this same issue just because he's doing more than 48 hours in a week. The organization do not have any cause to tell him you are going against the law, come and sign a new contract document, right? But him himself do not have the knowledge. He said he didn't know about this. He never thought any regulation of this nature exists in the UK. At the end of the day, his application was denied, though he's currently on appeal, writing and gets an immigration lawyer to appeal the decision to see if there's anything that can be done to that effect. And you know, the cost of applying for indefinite leave to remain is not a token. It's huge sum of money, right? For you to be able to make your indefinite leave to remain application, it's expensive. Imagine your application is turned down by this avoidable mistake, right? So working more than 48 hours without opting out, it's against the regulation. So what you need to do, meet your organization, tell them you want to opt out from that regulation. It's not something you opt out anytime. Anytime you want to do above that hours in a week, you opt out. Once you opt out from once, you've opt out. And you can also opt in if you feel like you don't want to be working above 48 hours in a week. You can also opt in. So you can opt out and opt in, right? The principal thing is, at the end of the day, you have a record to show that you've opted out, and you also have a record to show that you've opted in, right? So all of this will cover you when the time is right for you to make your indefinite leave to remain application, and you are asked to provide a contract document showing that you've opted out from the 48 hours a week rule and all that. So guys, this is an update for those working here in the UK, most especially those within the care sector, right? You pick extra shift, keep picking up extra shift without opting out from the 48 hours rule. This will become an issue at the end of the tunnel when you're applying for your almighty indefinite leave to remain, as I used to call it. So guys, we've come to the end of today's video. If you gain value for this video, don't hold back to subscribe to this channel so you can join the amazing ever-growing family. And for my returning subscribers, thank you very much for coming back to watch my video. You can hit the like button and share with all your contact. See you in my next video.